Good morning or good afternoon. My name is Kevin, and today I'm going to speak about coronavirus and how coronavirus has affected our lives, how coronavirus has affected the whole world, how coronavirus has affected families, work. Especially, I'm gonna need to speak about three specific points, the main points to point out for me. But let's get started. Uh, what is coronavirus? What is the COVID-19? Well, COVID-19 affects in different ways depending on each person. Most people who are infected have symptoms of mild or moderate intensity and they recover without the need for hospitalization. But being honest, I know a lot of cases. I have friends, I have family, a lot of people over there around this city that have passed away by the fact they have been affected by this virus in directly or indirectly, but in the end, that's actually that's a shame, to be honest. And well, let's get started with this explanation. I'm just gonna present like the consequences of coronavirus, how the COVID has affected the world, in especially in school, at work, and about mental health. So let's talk about school first. As well, as far as the school goes, we can even take a look at pictures. The picture that we have from here, like here, we have students that are studying in a traditional way. They are having traditional classes. In the other picture, we can see there is a child that is having online classes. So, which is actually this is super sad for me, to be honest, because if you ask me, in my opinion, I would say traditional classes are better, and I guess most of us are agree with this fact, because this is a fact. The traditional classes are better. There are a lot of things that coronavirus has affected around this subject or at school. And first, we don't get the enough knowledge we just don't learn enough, to be honest. As far as I go in university, right now I'm having online classes, but I would say the way it was before that was better. That was the best way to study because we have more traditional knowledge. We have more experience. We have conversations with friends, with classmates, with teachers. If we have any questions about any subject, we can even ask the teacher in front of him, in front of her, which is better. To be honest, this is better. And besides online classes, sometimes we used to have doubts, and the teacher asked us to tell them the doubts. But this is just that we just don't feel comfortable with the fact telling the doubts in front of a screen. This is actually I just don't even get used to it yet. So, and there are a lot of positive things and a lot of negative things. So I guess the negative things impacts more in a terrible way. And we can see over here another picture that, for example, there are some guys that are having fun, that are getting together, that are having a great time together. And that's what we used to have when we were in traditional classes. Most of the times we have friends, we talk with these friends. Once we finish school, we just go out with them. But right now, we are like this guy in this picture. To be honest, I don't even know my classmates. I just I just see my classmates like 10 minutes a week. I don't even meet them because this is a new group for me. So, what a shame, to be honest, but that's kind of how this is now. And well, this is about school. If we talk about work, we can see in this picture there is a man that has lost his job by the fact coronavirus has affected the economy first, and coronavirus has affected families, has affected everything. And for example, in this picture, we can see there is a family that are having issues, family issues, because of the fact we are doing home office, which is not that good enough. Sometimes that is comfortable, to be honest, but it's not good enough for me that I just been working for a year and I'm studying since in January started. I mean, this is kind of like a year and a half being at home from Monday to Friday every single day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., which is good in a way because we just don't go out, we just don't take the bus to go outside, we just don't do these kind of things. But at some point, this is negative impact. It has a negative impact on my person. And we can see this picture now that there is a students as I go, for example, that is looking for a job because of the coronavirus. Of coronavirus has affected the industry, the companies. There are a lack of opportunities for us that we're just about to finish this university. So there is a way. There is a thing. There is a lack of knowledge, there is a lack of opportunities, there is a lack of experience for us. We just don't feel comfortable, we just don't feel confident once looking for a job, once finishing the university. So there are a lot of things that has a negative impact for us as students, as a work, as employees, as members of family members, you know. Well, that's kind of how this is, and sometimes we think we just don't want things back the way they used to be before. So, hey, what a shame, to be honest. But that's kind of how this is. And if coronavirus had never existed, I would have created better opportunities for me. I would have had more experience. I would have had more confidence once looking for a job. If coronavirus had never existed, a lot of things we would have done by now. And for example, I just tell about negative things, but if I try to pull out positive things, I would say, well, this year, at the beginning of this year or the last year, I am not very sure the date. I didn't have any job. So one day I just wake up and there was a company that contacted me just to offer me like a home office, working at home, which I took the opportunity, to be honest. I took the shot, and that's actually the work that I still have, you know, which is good for me. Actually, this is good for me, and this is one of the positive things that this is not the coronavirus has created, but actually this is the whole situation. Because of the coronavirus, we just needed to develop ourselves, to develop the way we used to live, we used to work, and that's one of the things, the positive things that bad situation just created. But yeah, and about mental issues, mental health. There are a lot of mental issues that people have. There is more depression. We have anxiety, we have suicide in a lot of cases. The cases have increased a lot since coronavirus has been started or the coronavirus has started, which is bad because there are a lot of dies. And if a coronavirus had never existed, we would have avoided a lot of a lot of deaths, and yeah, what a shame. But as far as I go, I think I'm just gonna take the advices to avoid these risks, to take care of myself, to take care of each other, and yeah, that's actually what we need to do. So if coronavirus had never existed, I wouldn't have taken this opportunity to work. But I guess I prefer if uh, coronavirus or if we had believed on coronavirus at the beginning, we would have avoided a lot of deaths, a lot of risks, a lot of cases, a lot of affected families, you know. But well, that's very much for my part. Thank you very much. Take care of you and stay safe. Bye bye.